Welcome to the Three Treasures Chinese classroom. My name is Michelle Lee. I'm going to give this lesson in English followed by Chinese. In today's lesson, I'm going to help you demystify Chinese tones by matching them to your English pronunciation. As I mentioned before, I'm trying my best to teach you from a learner's perspective. I know a lot of English-speaking Chinese learners think tones are extremely difficult because they believe tones are something that doesn't exist in English. However, as we already know from the first video, tones are simply your normal voice ranges. Actually, you are using tones in your daily English conversations. Don't you believe that? For example, when you say, what? Why? You are actually using the second Chinese tone. Do you remember when I explained the second tone in the first video? I said it's like you raise your voice to ask a question. That's exactly it is. For example, when we ask, what are you doing? Why should I tell you? The pronunciation of what and why in these sentences are equivalents of the second Chinese tone. In fact, not only the second tone, you do have equivalents in English to all the four major Chinese tones. Therefore, the most effective way for English-speaking Chinese learners to practice Chinese tones is to be aware of how to apply your voice ranges in English speaking to your Chinese speaking. No mystery at all. Now let's try to find out those equivalents in English that match the four Chinese tones so that you can feel like getting closer and easier with tones. Totally break the imagined mystery. A lot of people get confused as soon as we talk about tones. Sounds like something really mysterious. In fact, Chinese tones are nothing out of your normal voice. You needn't to sing. It's not that terrible. So let's try to identify your normal speaking voice range using your mother language, English. First, let's try to find the highest point of your voice. For example, after someone helps you with your gardening, you want to express your appreciation. You say, thank you. Here, thank might be at your highest voice point, and it's flat. That means thank is the equivalent to your first Chinese tone, because the first tone is when you say a syllable in your flat, highest voice. The Chinese equivalent character example I'm giving here is shen. Can you feel that? They sound very similar. The second tone happens when your voice goes from middle to highest. For example, when you say, why should I answer your question? The why in this sentence is pretty much equals the second Chinese tone. When I say the Chinese character lai, isn't it similar to why? It's actually that simple. While the third tone is a bouncing tone, your voice goes down from the low point to the bottom bit, then goes back up to normal high. Let's say, are you sure? Are you sure? Sure is the equivalent to the third Chinese tone. For example, the Chinese character so has a similar voice. The fourth tone is when your voice goes down from highest to lowest. When you say but or no, you are using the fourth tone. Actually, the Chinese character of that sounds like ba, ba. You see, it's almost the same. If you drop the ending t from but, it's exactly the same as Chinese that ba. No can also be associated with the fourth tone. Alright, now you already got familiar with all the four tones. Please keep repeating them if you still feel uncertain. Thank you. Why? What? Sure. But. Think. What? Sure. But. Let's say it again. Think. What? Sure. But. In your study, you don't have to follow the method I explained here today to learn the tones. The main purpose of this lesson is really to release your feel about Chinese tones. That's all for today. Next video, we are going to take the fifth tone. I'll see you there. 今天这堂课呢，我主要是想要给大家解决一个问题，就是说，中文的声调啊，其实都可以在英语的发音里面找到对应，所以它其实没有什么神秘的。我以前提到过，我是尽量的想从一个学习者的角度去给大家讲解这些疑点和难点。我知道呢，有很多就是讲英文背景的中文学生，他们呢总是会觉得，就是说总是会有这种感觉，觉得这个声调太难了，因为他们就是心理上就是觉得这个声调这个东西英文里面没有。但是呢，我在第一个视频中曾经跟大家讲过，其实声调说白了就是你一个正常的声音的范围，它的变化。所以你讲英文的时候，你的调也会变，是不是？比如说我们举个例子，当你要问一个问题的时候，你说 What? Why? 实际上这两个单词的音在这里它就是跟中文里面第二个声调是差不多的。不知道大家记不记得，我在第一堂课解释第二个声调的时候，我曾经说第二个声调就像拉高你的声音问一个问题，就是这么回事。比方说当我们问 What are you doing? Why should I tell you? 就是这个在这两个句子当中的 What? Why? 它就是中文的第二个声调的一个对应。实际上呢，不只是第二个声调说有这种对应，其他的几个声调一样的可以在你讲英文的这种语气当中。所以说，如果你觉得这个声调很难的话，一个很有效的办法就是说你知道怎么样去把你在讲英文的时候的这个调的变化，这个语调的变化，把它应用到你讲普通话当中去，那你就没有什么神秘的，是不是？所以我们这里就举几个例子来匹配英文的语调和中文的这个声调，这样的话呢，就破除你这种就是障碍，就觉得中文的声调很神秘的这种障碍，那你就不会觉得那么难了。因为这种就是你觉得它很神秘很难，其实是你想象当中的一个问题，实际上它没有那么难，也没有那么神秘，只是人们习惯了哈，只要一说声调一说声调就觉得这个东西太难。实际上呢，就是中文的声调呢，也是你正常的那个声音变化嘛，所以又不是说要你唱歌唱得多么动听。其实呢，你真正要做的就是说，比如说我们从你讲英文的这个发音当中去找到你正常的这个声音的变化，是不是？然后呢，把它对应过来就可以了。比如说我们现在来找第一个声调，中文的第一个声调。中文的第一个声调是什么呢？就是你的最高声，但是呢它不变化，所以叫音频嘛。你的声音是不变化的，但是它是最高的。我们打个比方说，有人帮你就是除草，你要跟人家说谢谢你，那你说 thank you。那在这个句子当中，你说 thank 就是 这个字的第一个音节可能就是你的最高音，然后它也是没有变化的，是不是？那就是说这一个音节就可以对应到中文的第一个声调，因为中文的第一个声调就是说对一个音节发出你的最高音，并且没有变化。中文里面有一个字叫升，其实听起来是差不多的，升。第二个声调我们已经说了好几次了，就是说你的声音从中音升到最高音，在英文里面对应的就是好像是你要问一个问题一样的，比如说 Why should I answer your question？ 在这个句子里面 Why 就是跟那个第二个声调它是能够相匹配的。比如说中文里面我们有一个字叫来，你说是不是跟这个 Why 差不多，是吧？那第三个声调就是它是一个先降后升，我们前面讲过，它就是从一个低音然后掉到底，然后再返回到高音。比如说我们讲这么一个句子 Are you sure? Sure 在这个句子当中就是跟中文的第三个声调比较接近，就像我们中文里面有一个字叫锁，你说 sure， 那第四个声调就完全是一个降调，那就更简单了，就是你的声音从一个最高到最低。比如说咱们说 but 或者是 no， 你看是不是这个声调跟这个中文的这个降调是差不太多的，这个语调跟中文的这个第四个声调是不是差不多？比如说中文里面 dad 它读的时候就是叫爸，是不是跟 but 是一样，是不是？所以说 no 也是一样，你也可以把它关联到第四个声调。这个呢就是说我们今天要给大家讲的内容。现在好了，我们把四个声调都找到了在英文当中的对应。那如果你还是不很确定的话，那你就重复的读几遍。比如说你就重复的读几遍我刚才说的这几个词 think, why, sure, but, think, what, sure, but。 当然在具体的学习当中，其实你真的不一定非得照这个办法去学。我今天这样讲给大家的目的，主要是想要破除大家对学习中文声调的一种畏难的情绪。因为我觉得这种畏难的情绪主要是你想象出来的，因为你把它当成是一个很神秘的东西，实际上它就是你正常的声音的变化，你别把它看得那么神秘，它就没有那么难。我就想给大家破除这个障碍。那今天的课就讲到这里，下一堂课呢，我们就给大家讲第五个声调，叫轻声。我们下次再见。Now let's help more people learn Chinese. First, if you haven't downloaded my Chinese Tones Blueprint, please download it now. It's the base of this course, and the link is in the description of the video, and no opt-in needed. Secondly, if you think this video is helpful, please share it with other people. Don't forget to subscribe this channel so you won't miss the next lesson. I hope to see you again in the coming video.